Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is fine. Today's topic is very sensitive. We disabled people depend on others for our own needs, whether it is emotional needs or whether it is physical needs, due to our limitations. I'm not saying it is wrong to depend on anybody for emotional needs. It is perfectly fine. As I said in my previous videos also, that emotionally depending on the others is not wrong. In fact, if any person is not emotional, then maybe something is wrong with that person according to me, because emotions are a part of feelings which cannot be ignored or neglected, which motivates a person to some extent also in life. So you can't ignore it. Now, physical dependency. We depend on others for physical depends because of our limitations. For example, if we don't have accessibility while going out for job or for doing any kind of work, for shopping, if there is no elevator, no lift, we need to take support to get in, get out. For example, blind people, while crossing the road, at times they need each other's support. So they keep hand on each other's shoulder and cross the road. If you see two blind people together, or they ask the common public which is crossing by to help them to cross the road, since they cannot see, which is to certain extent acceptable. But what happens is we get into the habit of depending on others to fulfill our own physical needs because of our limitations. And this becomes a problem in future. This becomes a habit. And once it becomes a habit, it becomes difficult to break it. Now, if you ask me, I depend on my mother for my basic needs, like regular basic needs on everyday basis, like going to the washroom, tying the lace of my shoes, tying the band of my hair. These few things are not possible for me. But do you realize, when that particular person on whom we are depending, suppose he or she is not around us, how will we survive without that person? So my advice to you all is, try to remove some solution of this problem, or stop depending, start doing things independently. For example, rich people believe in donating food on the streets for the beggars. They feed food to the beggars 3 times in a day. It is nothing wrong in that, but do you realize that person will get into a habit? Won't Sorry for the break in between. There was certain disturbance. That poor, what I was saying was, rich people depend on rich people believe in donating food to poor people on the street. Uh, that is completely acceptable, completely understandable. Nothing is wrong in that, but did you think about the other coin of the side, other side of the coin? That poor person who are you donating food 3 times in a day will get into a habit of getting free food every day and won't try to work hard to in order to get food for himself, him or herself. In the same way, we disabled people are dependent on others to fulfill our physical needs. So either you find a solution, either you try to do it independently, no matter what, to what extent you face a problem. Because if you are getting into, if you're solving one problem and getting into another problem, that is not a solution, my dear friends. Find a solution which does not put you in any other kind of problem by solving one problem. Now, if you ask me example, if problem A is solved and while solving problem A, I get into a problem B, then it is not a solution. A problem which gives a solution which gives the birth to another problem is not a solution. So find a solution which actually resolves your problem on a permanent basis. And physical dependence on other person also changes that other person's life to a certain level, which you don't realize when you become matured and you see things happening around you. Then you understand what is the effect of it. Please try and be independent as much as you can. Thank you very much.